Hello and welcome back to another episode of the DIYguy.net. Alright, today we're going to be showing you how to replace your shift lever in a 2008 to 2010 F250, 350, 450, and I believe the 550 is the same as well. Now the reason we're replacing this one is the tow haul button here in the end of the stalk is not working. It's not engaging tow haul mode nor turning the light on the dash. So the button has failed inside of here. So unfortunately you need to buy the whole shift lever with the boot and everything all as one. It's not like the previous generation where you take the end cap off and go ahead and mess with the switch or get a replacement switch. You need to buy the whole entire unit. Another reason we were doing it, the shift lever boot itself is ripped. Alright, so the part number is going to be a 8C3Z7210AA. So go ahead and open this up. That's a genuine Ford part. Turn around, this is how it'll be. So we got our tow haul. We got a nice clicking button now that it's new. Our wiring we need to click in to get that to work. Everything looks good. We'll go ahead and start disassembling to get ready to install the new one. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is go ahead and lift the steering column all the way to the upper position. Just going to make it easier to get to these three bolts right here. They're going to be a 732. We'll go ahead and get a socket and get those removed. Alright, so now that we got those three screws removed, we're going to go ahead and put the steering column all the way down. Then we're going to go ahead and separate the lower half of the steering column cover from the top half. So we're going to do this side first. You can just easily get your finger in here near the wiper stalk and go ahead and just separate it. There's little push clips in there. It's probably going to be hard to do one-handed. There we go. As you can see, there's a clip there, and a little push pin here. So we got this side separated. We'll go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. We're just going to grab it right here next to the shifter stalk. Just kind of give it a little wiggle and pull it apart. So once you get it apart, just put the steering wheel to the lowest position. You should be able to just pull the top half right off, kind of just twist and rotate it out of the way. Alright, so now that we got the top part out, for the bottom part we just need to pull out a little bit, get over the ignition switch here to lower it down so we can undo the clip that holds the bottom part of the shifter stalk to the steering column. So we're just going to grab it gently. We're just going to pull out a little bit just to go over the ignition switch, kind of wiggle it, lower it down. We can go ahead and put the steering wheel back up a little bit just to give us some more room so we can reach our finger there and undo that clip on the bottom of the shifter stalk. Alright, so now that we got the lower part of the column cover lowered down, like I said, there's a clip here at the bottom. There is a bolt right here on the forward part where we need to start the truck or turn the steering wheel. So the flat part of the steering wheel is down here, so we can easily get in there with a swivel or a 732 wrench. So there's one bolt there, and then there's one bolt straight down here right next to the emergency hazards. Same size as the bottom of the steering column bolts, a 732. So I'll go ahead and show you those real quick, and then we'll take them out. Alright, so for the top bolt, if you just follow your shifter bracket all the way down, right here, you will see that bolt we need to remove to get the top one out, right next to our hazard button. Now the front one, as you can see, is just right here where my finger is there. I'll go ahead and start the truck real quick and turn it so you can easily see it. Alright, so I started the truck, I just turned the steering wheel so the top edge of it is right here. And right here you can see the 732 bolt we need to get out for the middle clip here on that shift lever. You can either use a 732 wrench and do it from the top side, or you can use a short socket and a swivel, which we are going to do. And then, like I said, put the steering wheel with the flat edge up or the top part up, and you can easily get in there and get it out. Once we got those removed, as you will see up here is our wiring as well. So we'll just need a flat screwdriver and undo that clip right there. Bottom clip, I'll show you real quick before we get in there. Alright, so for the bottom clip, you can see it's right there. We just need to pull it forward towards the steering column itself and then out of that little push pin right there. Just like that, just pops off. Alright, so we'll grab our 732 socket here. We'll go ahead and get that top bolt removed. Set that aside. We'll go ahead and put a swivel on this, and then we'll go ahead and get this middle one out as well. Loose. We need to undo our electrical connection up here on top, and then right here in the front, I'll move the camera so you can see it, is a torque spit, so we can go ahead and slide the shifter lever out of the shifter assembly. Alright, so for undoing the clip, you'll see this white tab right here underneath it. We need to push that down and we'll be able to slide this up and out. Right there is the clip you need to actually undo to get the wires apart. This holds it to the steering column. It makes it a little easier if you just push down on that, pull this off. Leave that little push tab in the steering column, and then you can easily get to that little push tab and separate the wires. So we'll go ahead and push down on that white piece to slide it out of there. Like that. And then once you got that undone there, you can see that little clip there we need to press, and we can go ahead and separate this out. There you go. So all I did was just push down on that tab there, and we were able to separate it apart. Alright, so now that we got the wiring all done, you will see this T30 torque spit right here at the end of the lever where it meets the shift assembly. We need to loosen that and get that removed, so we can go ahead and slide this old lever out. Alright, so we got our drill with a T30 torque spit. We're just going to go ahead and tap it and get it loose. Okay, as you heard, it just fell on the floor there. Alright, so now that we got that T30 torque spit removed, we can just grab the handle and pull toward the passenger side, and it'll slide right out. So we're going to go ahead and grab the new one. As you can see, like I said, this boot is pretty much ripped and almost all the way off. We're going to go ahead and line up our hole, slide it into the shifter assembly, wiggle it down in there. We'll go ahead and start the T30 by hand. Just got it started by hand. We'll grab the drill and we'll snug it down. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get this first bolt started here in the front. Once we get it lined up. Go ahead and do our electrical connection, then we'll go ahead and get the top one started, and then we'll finish tightening both those bolts once we know we have this in the right position. Alright, so for our electrical connection, this white piece we left in the truck, so we just need to depress this like we did to get the whole clip assembly out of it, and then we can go ahead and connect it and put it into the clip that's already in the steering wheel. So we're just going to depress it, slide this piece out. You could get a flat screwdriver or a pair of dikes and remove this clip if you wanted to. There's nothing wrong with this clip, it's not broken, so we're just going to leave it in there and go ahead and plug this together. Should hear a good click. That it's locked together. Back on that tab. We're just going to slide it backwards in there, the opposite way we took it out. There we go. Got it clicked back in. Now we go ahead and place our top bolt in here, and then we'll go ahead and snug both those bolts down. Go ahead and tighten it down. So now that we got the top one tight, we'll go ahead and finish tightening the front side one here. Alright, so now we got the top one tight, we'll go ahead and finish tightening this one. Alright, now that we got that snug down, the new shifter is installed. Next we need to get this lower column cover back up over the ignition with our shifter boot inside of the cup there. There we are. All right, so now that we got the lower cover back in position over our ignition switch, we got it around our grommet for shift lever or boot. Next, we're going to go ahead and put the key in the ignition. We're going to go ahead and pull this back, go to neutral. It makes it a little bit easier of getting the top cover in. Then we'll click the tabs here in the two front corners, right here and on the other side together, and then we'll go ahead and put these screws back in the bottom. All right, so we got the truck running. We'll test it to make sure it's working. We'll press it. As you can see, the tow haul light right there came on. Press it again, it goes off. All right, so that is it. We just shown you how to replace your shift lever in a 2008 to 2010 F250, 350, and 450, so you can go ahead and regain your tow haul function. Don't forget to click the link in the description, which will take you to our website for a full write-up. You can also click that subscribe button you placed in the middle for you. On the right, you'll find a recommended video just for you, and on the left side, you'll see our recent upload. Thanks for watching another episode of the DIYguy.net.